Great that you guys are joining me again at Woud of the World. And this time I'm on the island of Bonaire. And in this video I will show you everything you need to know at this Caribbean Dutch little island. The adventure starts at Flamingo Airport, where we also pick up our rental car. We stay here on the island of Bonaire on a very special location, because most of the hotels and resorts are located down at the beach or in Kralendijk. We stay a little bit further up the island on a hill in hillside apartments. And the nature here is beautiful. You have a 360 panoramic view over the island, and the biggest plus side is the pool, because you have the biggest pool of everybody on the island. To avoid a jet lag, we stayed up late last night. However, we still woke up at 6, with our little boy all ready to jump in the pool. But if that's a punishment, you decide. The story behind Hillside is a great one. Father and daughter Theo and Wendy fell in love with Bonaire and bought a piece of land to build their dream resort. So let me just show you guys the apartment here at Hillside. This is the master bedroom, where the magic happens, right at the poolside. And over here we have the bathroom. It's a modern one and you have everything you need. And over here is where Jens sleeps. So another big bedroom. This is his little crib. And if he'd like, he can bring some friends or something. Here in the living room you have an open kitchen, so you can do some cooking yourself, or you can eat downstairs in the restaurant. It's your choice. Jens is watching some television over here, because we have Netflix actually. Very nice, big living room, and the best part of the house is, of course, the view. If you go into Bonaire, I really advise you to rent a car. And I advise you strongly to take a 4x4 so you can see the entire island. We got this one, this pickup truck from AB Car Rental. Just like a lot of other islands here in the Caribbean, Bonaire also has a violent history with a lot of slavery in it. And they used to sleep here inside these tiny houses. So we are just getting inside one of the old slave huts, and as you can see, I'm not even able to stand up in here. Let alone 6 slaves sleeping here together. You can only imagine the cruelty. Despite the dramatic history, the southern end of Bonaire is incredible. And the salt mining still remains a big business. Time to cross the sea. A 20-minute boat ride takes us to the uninhabited bounty island of Klein Bonaire. Klein Bonaire does have inhabitants, and if you're very lucky like us, you might get to see them hatch from their nests. Today we make a trip to the entire north side of Bonaire, where you can find Washington Slagbaai National Park. It's the most luscious nature you can find on the island, and everything is exactly as it used to be way back before all the tourists came. I love it. Slagbaai isn't only beautiful above the water. You can see the underwater world too at Wayaka 1, 2 and 3, the beaches. We're gonna go snorkeling at number 2 because the coral here is the most beautiful one. The longest route takes about 5 hours including stops, so be wise and bring a cool box for some food and water. Oh, water and beer of course. Close to the Slagbaai National Park you will find Lake Goto, which is one of the most beautiful lakes I have ever seen, and it's filled with hundreds of flamingos, and with these colors and the mountains behind it, I love this view. You don't have to be on Bonaire very long to discover that it's a true natural wonder. In the southeast of Bonaire we find Lac Bay, which you can see behind me. It's a large lake and the water is shallow almost to the other side. So you can swim here, take little kids here, and also there's a lot of windsurfing. The shallow waters are home to the carcos, big sea snails. Their giant shells are a sight on their own. We drove around Lac Bay and we're now at Sorobon beach, which is also famous as Jibe City. And people come here for two things, to windsurf and for cocktails. The food here at Sebastian's is a big hit. I would really recommend you to order the sweet potato fries. Morning guys, another perfect day here at Bonaire, and today we're going to do something very special because on Bonaire you have a lot of wild donkeys, and these donkeys, they have a hard time surviving on the island because it's so dry and there's no food. So there's this donkey sanctuary. This one here is called Zola, and she's only 7 weeks old. And the oldest donkey here is about 51. And they have a total of 700 donkeys. And when they're injured or they got hit by a car or they just, well, are left alone somewhere on the island, they're brought here and they take care of them. Hey Jens? From the donkey daycare we head to the #1 beach. Today we visit one of the most popular beaches in Bonaire. It's perfect for swimming because it's one of the few sand beaches around the island. And because of the coral, it's also perfect for snorkeling. It's called Te Amo Beach, which means I love you beach. Hungry or thirsty, in the afternoons you can find the stoked food truck here, while we drive a little bit further to an equally pretty but totally different beach, 1,000 Steps. So if you're at 1,000 Steps beach, you can take a little walk towards the north on the west side, and if you see this path, it's really pretty. And the water is so clear that you can see the turtles and the fish swimming beneath you. Tonight we're going for some Cuban vibes on the central square of Kralendijk, for one of the nicest restaurants on Bonaire, Cuba Company. So today is a great day because this week Suze and I both did a refreshing course here at Wanna Dive, and it went great. After 5 years of not having been diving, we're back on the road to go diving again. So let's do some fun dives and discover the underwater world of Bonaire. We have already seen so much. Hey, there are the donkeys again. Time for a last little trip. For one of the best views of Bonaire, you go to Seru Largu, which is a pretty big mountain with a cross on top and a panoramic view. That's it for this episode, guys. I hope you fell in love with Bonaire a little bit like us. We do some final souvenir shopping and I will see you soon for a new adventure.
The great Bonaire souvenir is of course the sea salt, and you can buy it here.
Maybe next time, Suze of the world.